We are more than the flesh, and we are more than the body. So when you go beyond the flesh, then you are not living in a state of doubt. You know that nothing is impossible. If you was to step outside your body, and you are still able to see, and you still have all your senses, you're able to smell, you're able to hear, you're able to remember. What are you operating on? Because you're outside of your body, so you're beyond the flesh. So how are you still operating in your senses? Is because your mind is still present. Your mind is still there to so you can remember and see the difference between being in the flesh and being beyond the flesh. When you deny the flesh and you deny the things of the world, then you go beyond the flesh. If you have an out of body experience, you're going beyond the flesh. When you start to deny the things of the fleshly wants and fleshly desires, you go beyond the flesh. And when you go beyond the flesh, then your mind is going beyond past a certain barrier, and you're going behind the scenes. It's like going behind the scenes of the movie, and you see the director and you see the producer, and you see the reasons why the script is like it is, and you see the actors in the movie. And it's the same way going behind the scenes, going behind the layers, going beyond the flesh. You start to see the characters of hate, the characters of ignorance, the characters of chaos, the characters of peace, the characters of joy, the characters of wisdom, the characters of love. And they all play a part in this life. And what is eternal is forever, and what we see is fleeting. And so limited people make limited things, and these limited things we leave behind, because these limited things were only used for the flesh and the things of that we needed in this realm. And when we go beyond this flesh, we going into another realm, into another zone. So all the times that you deny the flesh, you are going beyond the flesh to conquer the flesh, and you become master over the flesh, and you defeat the flesh. And so by doing that, your body changes, your mind changes, and so your body changes. So now you realize that you can exist without a body, that you can still live without a body. So that means that you really don't need to breathe. But so your very breath is an illusion. When you eat, it's an illusion. When you sleep, it's an illusion, because you really don't have to do these things when you go beyond the body, because you're still existing, and you don't have to sleep, and you don't have to eat, and you don't have no pain, and you don't have no worry, because worry comes with the body. It comes with the limited. It comes with knowing that we're in this limited state of mind. But when you understand that it's all eternal, and that there is no limit, and there is no time, and there is no clock, and there is no problem, and that we make the problem in our mind because we start to believe that certain things can't be fixed, and these are just how things have to go, when we don't understand that it can go a different way, because anything that was broken once was fixed, so that means it could be fixed again. And when you start to understand that nothing is impossible and everything can be fixed, and there is really no problem, and even if there was a problem, it was created so it could be a solution, so you can know that every problem is fixed. So when you understand it, even in the midst of that things went the alternate way that they were designed to go, that even within the problem is the answer. Even within the problem is the way. It was designed to be a problem so it can be fixed. Because when there was no problem, we didn't understand what a problem was. So we needed both examples. We needed the example of the problem, and then we needed the example of how the problem can be fixed. Because when there was a problem, it's designed to make it to be fixed. Things that are designed to be broken so that they can be fixed. That's why they are broken, so that you can know that they're fixed. Because if they weren't first broken, you wouldn't know what fixed was, because it was already fixed from the start. You wouldn't know what hate was, because you already had love from the start. So you need both examples so you can understand love more, so you can understand fixed more. So then you won't want broken. You won't want hate. You won't want ignorance. You won't want chaos, because you got to know the example of the opposite of it. And so you'll know how to choose, and you'll know what choices to make in life, because you go past the flesh every time you deny the flesh. You go past the world every time you deny the world. And when you understand that, when you deny the world and you go past the flesh and you go past all that, then what is still present? The mind. Because the mind is there in the illusion, the mind is there beyond the illusion, the mind is there in the flesh, the mind is there beyond the flesh. And it's there in both stages to show you that with it all, the mind and thought is still there. So it is through thought that you change the situations, and it is through thought that you go beyond the flesh, and it is through thought that you conquer the flesh.